So because this engine's out of a 90, which was the Landrover just before the Defender, the fuel filters used to be mounted on the side wing.
Whoa. Before you kill me in the comments, it was the donor vehicle. Yeah, on the wing, not all 90s.
Whereas on the series, they were mounted on the bulkhead. What I need to do now is make some diesel lines from between the pump itself and the filter.
I really struggled trying to find information online about the diesel pipe diameter, both internal and external. So the only option was to remove them. I drew a diagram in advance because I knew it would be a few weeks before I put them back. Always take a photograph or make a simple sketch, it'll always help you out in the future.
So let's get these fuel lines made up, get them put in, and hopefully then we can bring the fuel through, fill the filter up, and try and start the bloody thing. Fingers crossed.
So there are two different fittings. There's a smaller one and a larger one. The larger one with a more coarse thread goes on the pump, and the one with a smaller thread goes on the fuel filter. The fitting slides down the tube on the outside, followed by the olive. After the olive, it's the internal tube. This is a support, it stops the tube from squishing when you tighten it down in the fitting. I never really did find the exact OEM match pipework, so I'm just widening the tube very slightly to fit the insert in. After a few of these, it really does hurt your thumb, so I advise having something you can push against, as I'm doing in the video now. Once I made this one, it was rinse and repeat all the way through the process. On a difficulty scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate this about a 4, but if you got the right size pipework, probably a 2.
So there we go, the fuel pump's done. So you got your A and B ports. Both of them run up to the fuel filter, and you get the supply from or to the fuel filter, comes back down into your lift pump.
Underneath these pumps is a priming handle. You pump this a few times and it will suck the fuel out of the tank into your pump. Alternatively, when the engine is running, the camshaft operates a lever from the inside. It pumps it from the tank, through this line, into the lift pump, and then back into your filter.
So now that's the diesel lines done. What I need to do now is put the battery tray in. But it needs welding onto there. Again, offside front wheel off. Get that off, and then we can get to this. But I can't see one, can you? This point here. So that's where the battery tray mounts to. So if I take the wheel off, I can get a welder in there. Hopefully, get that welded. Let's get to it.
When I removed the battery tray from the chassis, I luckily left these legs in position to make it easier for refitting later. This means when I come to refit the battery tray, I will have to extend the legs a little bit to enable me to get around the new oil cooler pipework. Here you can see me just making test filter mods. We're not sure whether we're going to use the original series filter or the 19J filter. Once I'd finished welding on the top side, I moved underneath to get to those hard to reach areas before refitting the wheel. As much as I like these electric rattle guns, you can't always trust them, so when you drop your vehicle back down, always check with a strong arm. If you're still unsure, get a torque wrench and check that way. Now the tray's back in, I can launch the battery in and get it wired up.
Right, we've led the diesel lines through, so we've got diesel from the pump to the filter, well, from the lift pump to the pump and the filters. So we just brought it back through. And this guy's just turned up to give us a hand. This is Phil, my dad, not Kevin Bacon.
Thank you.
Let's crack on. Right, so now we've got diesel through. Kevin Bacon's going to give us a hand getting the budgeting started.
So because things have been going so well today, I thought I would just push my luck and try and start it without doing anything more to it. Well, you can guess how that went.
How many times do you reckon it's going to take us?
Yeah. Bit of easy start, crack the injectors.
So, from now on until September, we're going to be dropping breadcrumbs in the video. We've got a massive plan for October of a place to go to with Landrover as a challenge. So if you spot these breadcrumbs and you can figure out where it is we're going before we announce it, then you'll win a t-shirt. We've decided we're going to loose off the injectors one by one and try and get some diesel through there. There could be an airlock in the system. But first, we're just going to have a go with the easy start. See if it starts. If it does, oh well and good. But if it doesn't, we'll just go with the injector bleeding.
Mind you saying that we've bled them before, didn't we?
Yeah, we've bled them. It's just a bit of getting it through, I think. Maybe we crack the lines off. Crack the lines off the injector, make sure there is no air in it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there. So you can get diesel out the lines.
Yeah.
So we'll crack one off first, and then two, then three, then four, and go from there.
No chance of that.
No diesel in there. I shall try it with a key.
Yeah. As I said, doing it with the pump is not much joy.
Off camera, we've just bled it again, so we're going to try and get it to run. Or at least
Just turn it off and start it.
it should prime itself, shouldn't it? So we just need to get it to the injectors, and we should be laughing.
So now you are going to see diesel spilling out of the injector lines. This is because we've slackened them off and we are trying to turn the engine over with the key to force any air out of these lines. So now we've bled all the diesel lines and the injector lines, and we know there's no airlock stuck in the system. So we're going to try with the spray again and see if we can get the engine to start.
Come on. It's alive! It's smoking, oh Jesus! I'll drop a lap. No. Hey? Looks like it's water, it's a bit of seepage. Yeah.
Now that it runs, we found that there is a leak coming from the thermostat housing. We're pretty sure this can be repaired by a new gasket set, but this is for a future video.
Right, so it runs, but we just think that it might be like a blocked injector or something, because it does seem to be it does seem to have a misfire. It's very smoky.
Oh god, we're making smoke signals next.
So we put a 19J engine in, and the Series 2 gearbox had no synchro on first and second, so it's
In a synchro gearbox, you've got three main components. These are your blocker ring, your synchro sleeve, and this sits on your synchro hub. As you select gears, your synchro sleeve slides off the hub into your synchro blocker. This then speeds up the shaft and allows your synchro sleeve to slide over. This makes for an effortless gear change without grinding or gear wear.
And third and fourth, you can just push a clutch in and gear over like a standard car. But on first and second, there wasn't a synchro. So he was double clutching, so you'd be driving, take it out of gear, clutch in again, and then put it into second gear. And it was just a nightmare. So you're trying to get off a set of lights and you're there forever trying to do it, basically. So what we've done is, while we had the engine out, we thought it'd be beneficial to replace the gearbox with an LT76, which is a Series 3 box, but they had a full synchro for every gear. So it's just a case of standard car driving, shift it, first, second, third, fourth, reverse, and neutral the same. So we've put one of them in. We've had to convert the master cylinder and the slave cylinder, because on the Series 2s it's different. So now we just need to bleed that. Oh, stop.
While I'm on top maintaining fluid levels, Phil's underneath the vehicle using what's supposed to be a one-man bleed system. This means you put a pipe on the nipple, release the nipple to open the valve, and pump. This puts the lines under negative pressure and sucks brake fluid through the lines and catches it in its own reservoir. This couldn't ever be done by one man, on this vehicle especially. As you see here, the reservoir is that small, it literally empties in seconds. This is the last step on a job that I've been working on since early last year, 2024. We've made it run. Can we make it move? Let's find out.
So now it's moving. There's no point being able to accelerate faster when you can't stop. So we decided we're going to put one of these in, because we've improved the performance on the engine, we've improved the gearbox, so why not improve the brakes? This is what they call a brake booster. And what it does, it connects to your master cylinder. Oh, as my associate is pointing to him, my
Good-looking associate.
glamorous assistant is pointing to here. And it works off negative pressure. And on the 19J it comes with a built-in vacuum pump to this hose here. And what you do with that is you connect it onto your booster, and there's a diaphragm inside it. It puts it under negative pressure, so it's assisting the brakes. So when you put your brake on, the pressure comes in, and the diaphragm helps push it through and out of the other side, down to your slave cylinders on your brakes. So we're going to try and figure out where we can put that in, because we've got limited room here. So we've got the air filter, battery obviously, and it usually lives around here somewhere, so we're going to see if we can squeeze that in without impeding on the movement of the accelerator and anything else. So bear with.
So we have pipe onto him. And as if by magic, boosters on, pipes up, excess pipe work. We've left that on so we can actually adjust the height of it if we need to do any work on the injectors or anything else like that, so it can actually be lifted out of the way a couple of inches if necessary. The rest of it now, I've got a master cylinder on there which has basically been done. Needs fixing back to the mounts, so we've got that more secure. Lid on it, juiced up. Vacuum pipe work is on, so now it's literally bleed it all up, get the brake system back online again and see what happens. So, those things, don't that look nice? Right, let's see what we can do with the brakes.
So you just get all these brakes bled now. We need a cap for that.
Cap?
The old one's gone.
No, that's busted, that plastic one. Tell you what, bulkhead.
That's a good shout.
Still got one on top of that.
Let's see if there is one on the old inverted bulkhead. Yeah, water pump pliers. Ah. Okay, let's tighten it.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Give it a go. Like a glove. I think that is a winner.
That is a winner.
So we just put the pipe work in, just about to start bleeding the brakes, and we just started pouring out from underneath the engine bay. So we've had a look at it, and it looks like the end of the flaring, or the swage, or whatever it is you want to call it, is a bit skewer. So what we're going to do is chop it off and remake it. So we put him in there. I think is it 5 or 6? Isn't it? Number 5. So you want about 5 mil plus, just hanging over. You clamp him in both ends. Nice and tight, and then you're going to come out there then. And in there. It's mark number 5, and it corresponds with the size pipe. Get in. Side one. So. I'll put it on there. But if you don't have this tool that Phil's just used doing the clutch, you can use the ghetto way, which is just a pot with an hole in it, a bit of pipe and a bit of fluid in it. Keep the end of the pipe in the fluid so then it doesn't vacuum itself back up again. You loosen off your bleeding nipple, stick your tube on and keep it on while your mate presses the brake, and then you'll get your flow coming through, and again this will stop it going back up the tube. And then you lock it off, set your pipe off, God's your uncle. That's what we're going to do now. We've just done the other 3, and we're doing the 4th and final one, and then the brakes are good.
Happy days.
Bang on.
That is it. And then we're done. Cushed it.
And that. No. Right.
When you say and clap.
There you go. And just stand back from it. And go and then proper fucking clap your hands together.
And